Namaskar. The times ahead that you see and disturb you are part of a revolution, not a simple overthrow of a government, but a fundamental change in the human psyche and the relationship of people to each other and to their environment. It has been asked how to know when the Vaishyan age has passed and the Shudra revolution is occurring. The revolution of the ordinary people changing the face of the planet. In the Vaishyan era, the value of power, personal wealth, and prestige is very high. And achieving this is the foremost goal. So those who take power do so out of their individual initiative, supported by whatever political mechanisms are in place in the particular country. But all of this depends upon the sustaining of this value. And the ordinary people must buy into this. Their cooperation comes because they see that the administrators and the visionaries of this period of individual achievement and wealth is bringing them prosperity in their own lives, bringing increase and enhanced quality of life. The value, of course, is on the self-made man, the one who can make his way in the world and find, achieve the ideals from rags to riches. That is the ideal. And every person thinks that is a potential in their life. So they are inspired that they may follow this rags to riches story and become very wealthy like those they admire. This vision and the continued growth of wealth and prosperity for the vast majority of people sustains the Vaishyan period. When this begins to break down and the continued improvement becomes a little more obscure, and wars dominate here and there, people begin to polarize because they see that their life is no longer increasing in value, that their ability to achieve this self-made man, self-made woman is not as likely as it was. They begin to see that their wealth in their values is decreasing, not increasing. Naturally, this is always true for a certain percentage, but when in the mass population, they begin to see this. There begins to be discontent. The people begin to feel the achievement of individual goals and prosperity, to own a home, to raise a family in comfort without working too hard. This begins to be more and more out of reach for more people. And restlessness comes in the people. The people may choose to want to return to the past glories, or they may choose to envision a future that is different. They begin to polarize in how to achieve their aims of more prosperity, better life, better world. And as the threats to their well-being increase, the desperation increases and the polarization increases, wars become more prominent. People want to hold to their religion, their nation, whatever it is that makes them feel safe. So one of the signs of the breakdown of the Vaishyan era is the polarization of people. That comes from an underlying mass discontent. Not just in one country is this happening, but this shift is a shift of the whole planet. And you see, though not all are truly in a Vaishyan era, still you see the impact across the globe, because the Vaishyan, many have come even newly to this Vaishyan prosperity, but they already feel the strain on the system. They feel the strain in their own lives. The realm of conservatism sweeping the planet is no accident. It is the result of this strain where the system is no longer able to provide the steady growth of wealth and prosperity, the steady sense of security to people. It is breaking down. And as it breaks down, it begins to transition into the discontent of the people. And that discontent forms upheaval. Upheaval from the ground swelling. The first signs are the polarization. The turmoil, not only in the leadership, not only in the strategies of territorial expansion and so on of leadership, but in the people. As this continues, the people divide in the polarization. They are either one solution or another. They begin to form two camps. Ways to solve the problem. But in this, there is the formation of upheaval within the fundamental structure of the society, within the base of the people themselves. They feel unrest. They feel a lack of security for their future and their well-being. And so the world begins to experience turmoil. If you think the revolution of the people is simply that the people suddenly wake up, they overthrow the capitalist and the Vaishyan leaders and appoint new leaders who are Kshatriyans, you have a very simple view of this situation. It is not so simple. There is a gradual discontent. On one hand, you have those who look to the new future. On the other, you have those who want to recreate the wealth and prosperity of the past. Both of these are in clash with each other, and there is polarization of the people, upheaval in the society, discontent that filters upward to the leader. There is a tendency in this situation to move from democratic leaders, demagogues, those who are more capable to impose their authority on the upheaval, who try to bring security and structure. And the people will get behind these people because they are, they see them as more able to provide safety and security and some semblance of a return to some type of prosperity. This is all part of the change in a Shudra evolution. And this goes on. These demagogues are the first of the movement towards the Kshatriyas. The people are divided. The planet is in turmoil. Great wars can occur. Demagogue leaders are appointed. Democracy fails. Humanity's welfare becomes very unstable. Until such a time that the Sadvipras, led by the Vikupta Shudras, begin to form an alliance. Holy wars can occur. But out of the rubble, the people emerge, wanting still security and a better life, but seeing that they cannot look to the past for that. They must have strong leaders. But now there is a desire for leaders who are dedicated to the welfare of the people. Now the value begins to shift, that duty to the collective is most important. The survival of all is important. The honor becomes important. That people will do what they say, and they will be for the good of the whole. And they will bring the humanity out of darkness back into light. Those who are spiritual leaders, those who are dynamic, that understand all quadrants of human existence and have it within them, but see the supreme Parama Purusha as the sambonam of human life, bring a spiritual warrior, uniting religious differences, uniting nations, uniting humanity behind the saving of all peoples from the brink of disaster. The value changes. This is the revolution. You are in this revolution. It is not pretty, it is not easy, it is not sweet, it is not simple. It is complex. But in it arises a fundamental change in the value systems that govern the people, in the values of the people, in what people want. You are all Vaishans. Know it or not. You have grown up in this system. This is a change. It will be a change. Perhaps difficult for you even to adjust to. For personal freedom will not be the goal. Collective survival by strict administration, honor, duty, and the collective good will govern. Kshatriyans are firm. They do not tolerate nonsense. They do not respect those who are not true to their word. And they will take a firm hand to bring the society in tow. The difference between the despot leaders who are strong and coming into power and in this reactionary polarization, and the leaders who will come into power in the end of it all, is that those leaders will not be in power for personal gain. They will be in power for love of all humanity and love of the infinite within all beings. The best you can do at this time is through your Brahma sadhana, through your ideation on the great, bring love, peace, and welfare to the humanity. And in your actions, be as forward as you can towards right action, towards love for all beings, towards the synthesis and caretaking of this world. And know that a bright future awaits humanity. This is the revolution. This is what it looks like today. And this conservatism is part of the people's revolution. People seeking strong leaders, people seeking security, people seeking welfare when they are afraid. Do you understand? Are there any questions? Now is the time. I'm wondering about democracy and Kshatriyan era, how these leaders will be chosen and how in this current situation we can kind of build into that paradigm where democracy is for all, but it's not soft and democracy is not orderly. It does not follow the chain of command. There will be a modified type of democracy. But the qualified leaders must lead, not those who have the most political power. That is not the way of the Khatriyans. They run armies. So there is a type of feedback between the people and the leaders, but it is different than what you understand as democracy. Are there more questions?
Yes, you describe the Khatriyans as the answer to so many problems of the day, but I can easily imagine Khatriyan-minded individuals who also have great narrowism and who are despotic in their intents and will need to be resisted. Is it correct?
Absolutely. What will keep it in tow is the value system that will develop out of need. That is why the Sadvipras will come into existence, and leaders who selflessly move for the welfare of the people out of need, out of necessity. Do you understand necessity? Despotic leaders cannot do what needs to be done.
Yes, but there may be people of very narrow vision who are supporting the well-being, sure, of people, but of a narrow group of people who then mislead the society and cause destruction, right?
This will not happen because of the value system. Change is to come about, significant change. It will not be as it is. Those who have such, there will be natural disagreement of the right approach. That is always there. But in an orderly society, the disagreements do not play out so much. The direction is set and it is followed. You can say the person setting this direction are narrow. You can criticize their direction, but the society will move as one. And the intent will be to never return to the destruction and chaos that it has emerged out of, and to maintain order, honor, truthfulness, duty to the people, and noble thought for the highest good of all. That will be the value thus the Sadvipras will come to lead. It may not be that you would think their leadership good from your Vaishyan perspective, but a society that can move forward and experience 1,000 years of peace. No war will touch this world. There will be harmony, and there will be ability to join the other races of this universe. Great progress will come, and human beings will live in harmony with other beings, and the planet will flourish. The dedication at all costs of avoiding the type of destruction and chaos and wars of the past will be the main focus. So despotic leaders, for their own power and position, they will not be attuned to such a society. Do you understand?
Yes.
What is the time frame of this shift? We are already in some of those, what you mentioned, but
We are at the beginning of a Shudra revolution. There is a transition. It is not that capitalism has fallen, it has not, but there is a change going on. You see it.
yeah,
There is a change in the psychology of people. They are seeking safety and strong leaders. But these Vaishyan despots will not provide them what they want. The best way to live in such times is with inner peace, knowledge of a bright future, and do what you can in any small way you can to benefit the world. And at the same time, maintain your connection to the Supreme. For there is always peace, there is always love. There is the fundamental unity of all beings amid the death and destruction of chaos. This always remains the same. Humanity will survive these chaotic times, and a new society will arise. The timeline is not long in the way of things. This revolution is not 1,000 years, even 500 years. It is imminent, and it will move faster than people realize. But still, it is not instant. But already the chaos begins. The Shudra revolution is a time of chaos. All right?